Welcome back to DA Griffin Hobby. My name's Dave. Well, it's a wrap on the York Train Show for October 2024. It might go without saying, but it was a fantastic weekend. I always have a great time at the show, and this time was no exception. It's always so great to get out there and meet some of you face to face, see new friends and old, and just enjoy the hobby. There was one thing I was looking for, and that's a couple of cars to go with my Williams B&O Streamline passenger set, because 4 cars just isn't enough. I believe they only made 6 different cars total, so there's an add-on pack somewhere. Unfortunately, I didn't find the cars I was looking for. Well, that's not entirely true. Just Trains of Delaware did have a complete set, plus some. They had the Williams E7s and I think 9 cars all together. Unfortunately, it was a consignment item, so he couldn't split them up, which is fine. I totally understand that. But also, I was like, do I buy the whole set and try to sell the other items and keep the 2 cars? I figured I would end up keeping everything, and then I would have spent a lot more than I intended just to get 2 more passenger cars. But then again, I would have had 2 complete trains. Oh man, now I'm disappointed. I really wasn't trying to find anything else in particular. I always keep my eye out for a couple of items, things that would be nice to have a second or a third of, but nothing that I needed. I wasn't sure what I was going to do as far as looking for things to purchase, and then I came across a nice bargain bin marked 50 cents each item. And that just grabbed me and said, you need to look through this box. So for $1, I picked up 2 bags of wooden ties to add to my tubular track. Most of them are black, some of them are green, and I don't know if they fit or make sense for the Menards track, but I figured $1 was worth the gamble. Now that I'm saying it, I need to open one up and see if it fits. Well, they do and they don't. I like the width. They're not too wide. Unfortunately, they're like 1/4 inch too short. Maybe I'll end up using these in spots where it's not as visible. You know, spots where I can see it, but it's not all that important that it be exact. Not $1 wasted. Maybe this will even get me inspired to cut my own ties and actually ballast the track. That would be something. I don't think I bought anything else at that table. Besides the fact I think I'd been at the show for about 10 minutes when I bought those. A little while later, though, I did come across another table that had random parts of various quality, and you always have to look through because you never know what you're going to find. I found a set of passenger car trucks. They look really nice. All the axles are actually sprung. I don't know if they're Lionel or MTH. They look to be really nicely detailed scale passenger car trucks. I think they were $10 a piece, which is probably more than I wanted to spend on a pair of trucks, but trucks can be so expensive. I figured I'm not going to find trucks like this in that condition anytime soon. I would say the prize for the biggest gamble purchase of the weekend goes to this Jersey Central engine. It's not all together, but it is Line Chief. So this cost me 30 bucks. So if it works, great. If not, I don't really care. Maybe I can repair it, or maybe, I don't know, I can use it on a siding somewhere and just make it light up and look like it's doing something. For the money, I figured it was worth the gamble. For the longest time, I didn't need to buy smoke fluid. First, I didn't have any engines that used it. Then, I had so few engines that actually made smoke, the few bottles I had of smoke fluid lasted me probably 2 years. So you gotta stop at JT Megasteam. I could have gotten more, but I figured 3 was good. I got maple sugar, cider house, and of course, cinders, which is a great steam engine scent. After finding those items, I was kind of in the mindset where I wasn't going to be spending a lot of money on any particular item. So I started looking for more good budget deals. And one of the ones I really liked was $1 figures. So I got 10 figures for 10 bucks. I got the Lionel Lion pewter figure. So for $1, That's pretty good. I understand those sets are pretty expensive. So 9 regular figures and 1 pewter lion. And these are pretty good figures. Nicely detailed and painted. Sure, I'll find a place for all these guys. One of the guys I bumped into was Nick, PGH Train Fanatic, and he was handing out some of these little picnic table kits. So thank you, Nick. This is awesome. I know exactly where I'm putting this. I picked up a whole bunch of business cards, so I have plenty of material for new billboards. The Lionel Collectors Club always has a booth at York, and amongst other things, which I tend to not look at because of dollar value, I found some good budget deals. They usually have a couple boxes with real inexpensive kind of Lionel store leftovers. I've picked up $10 or $15 Polar Express cars there in the past. This time, they had a box of tenders. One of the ones I picked up, which I've kind of been hoping to pick up, was this tender, a Pennsy tender for an 080. That way I can now run a Pennsy tender instead of the Lionel lines tender. And that just makes me happy, especially for 15 bucks. Same goes for this, Polar Express tender. Now if I run the 080 under the Christmas tree with the Polar Express cars, hey, it's a Polar Express now. The Pennsylvania is a Lion Chief, so it's got the tether there. So I'll probably switch the base, maybe with this one or another one that I have. So at 15 bucks each, those really expand what I can use my 080s for and my satisfaction with those engines. Because ever since I picked up that first 080 with the Lionel Lines tender for like $60, I've wanted a Pennsy one. So the fact that I now have a Pennsy tender shell for that, I'm thrilled. But even better than that is this one, a New York Central tender. And what's so great about it? It has Rail Sounds, $15 Rail Sounds tender. And it works. I tested it when I was still at Nick's house. It's amazing. Let's take a listen. Ran into another great guy. He gifted me this fantastic public service bus. And you know, I can never have enough public service buses. So thank you very much. This is definitely going on the layout. If you've been watching for a while, either my channel or Nick's Crossing, you know that we are always looking for Weaver cars. So whenever I see a box, it always attracts my attention. This box might be a little mangled, water damaged, crushed. As far as I could tell, though, the car's in good shape. I could just get it out of the box. So, new in the damaged, water-stained box is a nice State of Maine car. And I think I've decided these are my new train show item to search for instead of the Baby Ruth cars. Because honestly, I think I have enough Baby Ruth cars. I can't believe I just said that. I did pick up a couple to look at, but did not come home with one. Maybe next time. And then, a little while later, I found this Rail King State of Maine car for 20 bucks. It may have been at that point that I decided that it was my new go-to car to search for. And that's a really good-looking car. It makes sense to me to collect those cars, because I believe the first ever post-war boxcar I got was a State of Maine car, and I've had that since I was probably 5 years old. I'd take it out and show it to you, but at the moment, I think it's probably hidden on my shelf of post-war cars. So for me, that makes a nice connection. So I probably will continue searching for the State of Maine cars for quite some time. But these are the silly things that make the hobby fun. And I need to open this one and see if it rolls. They look great. And if I remember correctly, I have a Lionel Standard O State of Maine car. Yes, I do. I can see it. It's all the way back there on the upper loop. And I can't really get it out because the upper loop is out of commission. I was probably set with State of Maine cars for this train show, but then I came across this one. And you know how I love the Marx cars. It was only 10 bucks. Is it more than I usually spend for a Marx car? Sure. I like to arbitrarily cap it at 5 bucks, but it was in pretty nice condition. The paint's a little worn, but the body is not dinged or dented. So for 10 bucks, that's great. I see these for a lot more all the time. Not concerned about the collectability of it. I might swap out the base because I don't really like the plastic couplers. That's 3 State of Maine cars, and that makes me happy. I came home with some more O-gauge track beds, so hopefully this is enough to finish up the inner loop. I don't know where I'm going to use this, but I'll have to find a spot. Found a nice big bridge. Do I need a new bridge? Well, yes, I do. I need a bridge that's 4 feet long, and this doesn't quite cut it, but it's a darn good-looking bridge, and I had to bring it home. I think that takes us all the way through Thursday. I don't remember exactly. It all kind of blends together after a certain amount of time, but a fantastic day as far as I'm concerned. I got lots of stuff, and I didn't destroy the budget. A number of people I saw there did ask if I was trying to stick to the $30 budget, and heck no, not at a train show like that. Not possible. But if I had to pick a favorite purchase for under 30 bucks, I'd probably say that New York Central Rail Sounds Tender. That's a heck of a deal. So Saturday, I didn't know what to do. I had a decent amount of cash still in my pocket. I was kind of hoping to find an engine for somewhere in the $150 to $200 range. I did have to give myself a little pep talk and say it's okay to go home with money in my pocket. I don't need to spend it all. It's about the experience. And I had had a great time at that point. But I still didn't really feel done. I felt like I needed to get something that was really going to cap off the show for me. So I spent a lot of the time Friday, other than walking around and talking with people, looking for something that would make the train show feel complete for me. Again, Pete at Just Trains of Delaware had a couple good things that I unfortunately snoozed on. So you snooze, you lose. So I missed out on a set of Pennsy RS3s, a set of 2 with an extra shell for a really good price. I'm okay with that, but it would have been cool to pick those up. And of course, there were other things that caught my eye, but nothing really that I needed to come home with. So after a while of being indecisive and wandering around, I decided to do what I had sort of intended to do in the first place, and that's buy something that might encourage me to do scenery on the layout. Because let me tell you, I would love to see some green and some trees on this thing. So I decided to go over and see my friends at Iron Horse Trains. If you're at York and you need someplace to go, check out Iron Horse Trains. They are located in the Yesteryear Antique Center on Pine Street in Hanover, PA. They always have great stuff. And I got some really good items here I'm really excited about. If you've been watching Nick's channel, you probably know what's in this bag here. And that would be Coastman's tree kits. I loved what Nick had done with those trees, and they look super easy to do. So I got a variety set, which includes 7 assorted size trees. I'm not sure, 6 or 7, I think. Or 8. I'd have to count. So I got a variety set. Actually, I got 2 variety sets. I was having all sorts of decision-making problems, and I picked up probably $400 worth of kits, and I was like, okay, I got to scale it back. So I figured what I really needed was trees, the more the merrier. So I got 2 variety kits. I got an extra bag of branches that comes with an additional trunk, and then a variety pack of tree trunks. So with this, I can make either dead trees or use the extra greenery leaves from this pack or the variety packs if I've got some left over. So after looking at all that for so long and trying to figure out what would give me the best result, I ended up with these 4 Coastman packs, and I cannot wait to work on them. I probably won't wait till I have greenery anywhere else. I'll probably just make some trees, because you put a little pin on the bottom, you can just stick them in the layout and take them back out and move them somewhere else. So I think since I have these, I'll have to make some trees, see how it goes for me, and just start putting them around the layout. And hopefully that will really get me fired up to do the scenery. I think that takes me through the end of the day Friday. So I got some good stuff. I got some projects. I just got a bunch of great stuff that I look forward to using. That's not really all, though, because I did stop at the Strasbourg train shop. After York, I made my way through Strasbourg, and I stopped at the Toy Train Museum. I stopped at the Strasbourg train shop. I wanted to go to the Choo Choo Barn, but I really didn't have the time. I stopped at the Red Caboose Motel just to take a look, because I always love driving through there. And I got a little video of 89 blowing past, just purely coincidentally. It just worked out that I was standing there on the phone, about ready to leave, and I heard the whistle. I was thrilled that I could catch the train. But at the Strasbourg train shop, what did I pick up? 2 more State of Maine cars. No, I'm kidding. I didn't get State of Maine cars. That would have been funny, though, I think. I picked up a couple of RMT Lackawanna boxcars. Individually numbered, so that's always nice. Not that that sort of thing usually bothers me anyway, but it just makes it nice when they are actually individually numbered. So a couple of nice Lackawanna RMT boxcars. I think that's a really nice boxcar, especially for the price. $35? You can't lose. That's the extent of my goodies from York. And while it might be exciting to come home with something big and new, I am equally thrilled to come home with this stuff. It's just a lot of great stuff here, and I had a great show. So if I saw you there, thanks for stopping and chatting. Always great to see people. I can't wait for the next show. Hopefully, I'll see you there. Well, there was definitely something wrong because it just let out the smoke. So this might be toast. It's going to have to wait for another day at this point. I don't have the brain power to look at this now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on DA Griffin Hobby.